In this video we're going to be creating a shop that sells sulfur and replenishes itself. To get started we're going to need 2 boxes and a vending machine. And I'm just going to place these at each end of this wall. With the vending machine obviously in this doorway. Next we're going to need 3 furnaces. I'm just going to place these in between the 2 boxes. Next we're going to place a igniter and a timer. The igniter can go directly above the middle furnace, with the timer anywhere to the side. Then lastly, we're going to connect everything up using industrial components. So first of all, I'm going to place a conveyor in between the first box and the furnaces, and between the furnaces and the second box, between the second box and the vending machine. And I'm going to be placing one at the end here, which will return goods to the beginning of this process. So into the first box. We're also going to put storage adapters on everything. So one on the vending machine, one on that box, one on each furnace, and lastly one on the first box. Connect everything up in a long line. So from the first storage box into the first conveyor, from the conveyor into the furnaces, furnaces into the second conveyor, conveyor into the box, and now, as I said, this last conveyor goes all the way back to the beginning of the process. So basically you've got a massive loop. For the electrics, you'll need 5 power to power this circuit. So in here we've already set this to 5. And I'm going to go from the branch out into the power in on the first conveyor, and then from the pass through we connect to the second conveyor. Then we do exactly the same thing from the pass through to the third conveyor. And once again, same thing to the last conveyor. To power the igniter, we're going to take the pass through from the last conveyor and go all the way back to the timer. We're going to take the power out on the timer and go to the power in on the igniter. And from the filter pass on the first conveyor, on the first box, we're going to connect to the toggle on the timer. To configure the timer, we're going to set this to 0.25, as that's the least amount of time that you can set the timer to. That's all we need. Okay, with everything connected, we can get to configuring some of our industrial components. So the first conveyor, the one between the first storage box and the furnaces, we need to set up some filters. We need sulfur, specifically sulfur ore, and we need wood. And we're going to set some max values for these. So for the sulfur, we're going to set 25. And for the wood, we're going to set quite a high number. 150, I think, should just about do it. And the reason we're setting this higher is because you don't get a 1-for-1 return when you burn wood on charcoal. And so we need to make up for that shortfall when we're replenishing the vending machine. Filter mode, and set this to require all, and hit apply. For the second conveyor, we don't need to do any configuration, so just turn this on. On the third conveyor, the one between the second box and the vending machine, we need to filter sulfur and charcoal. Now I'm going to set these to 1000 max, and that means the vending machine will only ever have 1000 of these in stock at any one time. So hit apply, turn that on, and then the last conveyor, we're once again going to do ore and wood. But we're not going to set any amounts on this, we're just going to take everything that's available. And we don't need to set a filter mode either. With all of the industrial components set up and turned on, we can get to setting up the vending machine. So go to the administration panel, and we need to set up 2 sell orders. This first one is for sulfur, and we're going to be asking for sulfur ore, an exchange rate of 50 sulfur for 60 sulfur ore. The second sell order is for charcoal in exchange for wood, and we're going to be selling this at 25 charcoal for 50 wood. And now we can set up our initial stock. So we're going to start with 1000 each of charcoal and sulfur. Now we have a functioning vending machine. Okay, let's buy all of the stock. Okay, so the vending machine now just has the payment materials inside. You can see they're slowly going down. The furnaces are on, so the process in the background has begun to replenish the vending machine. Let me just get rid of this. So this is the stock I bought. We're just going to hide that away. And we're just going to watch this do its thing. So the conveyor has moved all of the raw materials off to be processed. There we're seeing the vending machine's sulfur supply has been replenished. And there's the charcoal replenished. So now anything that's being burnt will be profit. And because of the limit set in the conveyor before the vending machine, nothing more will get passed across. So the furnaces have stopped. As you can see, we've got 200 sulphur and 37 charcoal in profit. That's just off one sale, and hopefully over the course of a wipe, or until you get raided, that will accumulate quite nicely. If you've got any questions about this setup, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, leave a like or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.